Hi guys, here with Rory and Troy from School Disco. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good mate, how are you?
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, just if you can give us a little background into School Disco.
Me and Troy were playing in a band called Cherry Reds when we were like 16, 17. And that band kind of dissolved, but I think we quite enjoyed playing music together. And we ended up joining up with another one of our friends called Lawrence Underwood, and just forming the band. And the band, we just like formed in our hometown, which is Plymouth, gigged relentlessly in Plymouth, and then like just was like, oh, maybe we should just take this a little bit further, and recorded some songs and like kind of like just expanded the band gradually to the point where we released our first album in 2019 with Copperfield Records, Hot Wax Records and Kraut Pop. And now we're here where we are today and about to release our second album in a few months.
How was your band affected over the last year or so with coronavirus?
Well, I feel like we were kind of semi-lucky in a way because we're already a fairly distanced band with Rory and now Luke living in Brighton and myself living in Glasgow. So we've always been quite good at the like sort of sending things between each other and being kind of good at communication that way. But yeah, obviously the big one is gigs. And that's because, you know, that was like the main reason why we kind of fell in love with music and started playing together was for the gigs and for the live show experience. So yeah, COVID has really affected us in that kind of way. But then also, I think, I mean, I can't speak for Rory, but in terms of like songwriting and things like that, I feel like it's made everything a bit more sort of reflective in a way, just because you've got less of a life to sort of experience outside and write songs to. You end up sort of reflecting on yourself a lot more and writing songs from that point of view. But yeah, it's been an interesting time, as I'm sure as it has been for everyone.
I think it's changed the writing process as well in terms of like, I've like normally a lot of the first album was written like together, whereas like this one was more written like together, but also in isolation, like via sending stuff to each other. And I didn't enjoy that writing process as much as like being in a room together as humans interacting. And although I'm really, really happy with the second album, I think like there's a little bit, they're more of songs and less of like jams, which is like a big part of our live show, is like the like improv aspects of it, and like kind of taking songs and turning them into something else. So it's kind of affected, yeah, the songwriting process in like a number of different ways, and
yeah,
kind of cancelled a lot of gigs that we were really looking forward to. Like we went to play some shows in Europe in last September, and that got cancelled, and that was like a really disappointing for me.
I think it also made me realize how much for me, like the enjoyment was playing in a room with everyone. I think when we like got to Brighton and we like finally played together for the first time in ages, it was like, you know, breathing a proper sigh of relief and sort of having that kind of knowing why you want to do something, or like why you love playing music. And it's like, oh yeah, this is why I love doing it. It's like playing with these people, being in this space, which was a nice realization. I think being away from it for that amount of time has made me appreciate it so much more now.
Yeah, it kind of made it more like real and not like, oh, I've been staring at a computer screen mixing this, or like yeah. It was like, wow, we have, you know, this is sort of reiterated why I do it, because it is really fun just playing music with your mates.
So you've actually been back and played a couple of gigs now. So I know you've done at least one live stream, but then you mentioned Brighton as well. Has there been a couple of gigs?
No, that was just me coming down to Brighton from Glasgow to like practice and sort of get some hours in before we went to Chelmsford to play the Hotbox event. So yeah, we've plenty more gigs coming up, fingers crossed. So yeah,
we recorded a little bit of live footage, but we've both been really busy with university, so I've not really had time to go through it yet. But that might end up going out, or even the audio might end up going out at some point. But yeah, Hotbox is the only sort of live stream kind of thing we've done, and yeah, that I had an absolute blast. It was so much fun, just like having another little adventure of like driving to another city and getting to meet new people and play and have fun.
I also just really miss that, like the music venue atmosphere. It's such a really specific place. Like, even if there aren't people there, the same kind of I don't know, the way things are set up and the way you feel about, like you said, showing up in a strange city that you've never been before, and you'll, you know, maybe not ever see anything other than the inside of the music venue, but it's still nice to have that sort of connection with the world, I think.
Yeah, like, I mean, people don't put on shows or work at venues if they don't care about music, and like, always like amazing to meet people who have that common ground and are just doing it because they love it more than probably doing it for any monetary thing, because, you know, no one's really making any money from it. So it's great to have passionate people doing things they're really passionate about. And
who was that guy? Who was the guy that was running that show in Hot Pot?
Denim,
that's it. Yeah, that guy. Like, meeting him was really nice. That was a very, like, the same thing, sort of breath of fresh air, meeting someone that, you know, kind of reminded me of Ben from the Underground a little bit, you know, sort of really into music and just like loves putting on shows, and, you know, lives for the music.
Right? He just cares, and that's amazing.
Do you have any top moments as a band?
I mean, like, gigs wise, like the flat party that we played in Falmouth is always a stick out moment for me. Supporting Wolf Alice was, like, again, like a really surreal but weird thing. How that ended up happening, just
I'm gonna have to copy Rory on that one. The flat party in Falmouth is one of the best evenings of my life, I think. And actually, the sort of little tour that we did a couple of years ago, just sort of around the south of England, I really remember that, and sort of the way that, I don't know, just being in that car for, you know, a week or so, 10 days, just like cutting about, playing gigs and everything like that. That was really fun. And I think that really meant a lot.
And getting our music on vinyl for the first time was also like a really big, like, not only like band moment, but like life bucket list moment. Like, yeah, like that's something I've always wanted to do, and like to tick it off was like really, really, really self-satisfying. Like,
I remember getting that first test pressing and being like, oh yeah, this is actually real. Like, we've got this actual thing that's ours. And, you know, it's so different to have that as opposed to just sort of Spotify links and everything like that, which is, you know, Spotify is great and all that, but to have the sort of physical result of your work for the last like year or so, that was really, really nice.
For me as well, it didn't feel like it was going to happen till I had it in my hands. So it never really hit until I got it. Mm-hmm. So that was, really, really awesome. So, like, thanks for everyone who helped make that happen.
Yeah, so a very long list of people.
Cool. And what's your plans for 2021 and sort of going forward, I guess?
So we've got a festival booked in July. We've got Cosfest booked in. And then we got one, maybe two shows in the Southwest in August, and then a bunch of shows in September. One with you, but it's not announced yet. So, and then just our second album's coming out in September, and is available to pre-order on Bandcamp via us, Copperfeast Records and Krautpop. And then other than that, it's just like write some more music and just enjoy the ride, I guess.
Gigs and more gigs, I think.
Yeah.
Gig till we drop.
Thanks very much for coming on and chatting with me today, guys. That was Rory and Troy from School Disco. So yeah, thanks very much, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Cameron. Yeah. I will leave links just below so that everyone can check out your music. And yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
I'll see you soon.